everybody. Welcome to D-Pad. I'm Rick.
I'm Dustin. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Stepped right on you.
It's fine. I had a cute joke.
Okay, no,
let's start over.
Let's just start over.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
Okay, you're Rick and
I'm Dustin. Nope, that's wrong too.
God damn it.
Damn it. Let's just go.
Okay.
You know, it's funny actually that I was like when I was planning out this Twilight Princess thing, I was like, oh man, it'll be kind of cool that it'll be kind of cool when we do this because like, oh, we'll have a bunch of people who are here unexpectedly. Like no one's gonna guess that Dustin's just gonna randomly show up for this. And then I realized, oh wait, we're doing Battle Quest before this. They're going to be 100% sure that Dustin's around right before this. Like that's not gonna be a surprise to literally anybody other than like, oh, he was in more than one Zelda thing. Like, it's not going to be the same level of, like, oh, shit, Dustin's here.
Yeah, I know I haven't been around for a while, but let me just say, I already hate this.
I'm a fan of... I mean, hey, that's fair. That's fair.
No.
I'm a big fan of, like, little puzzly kind of things like this. So, like, I'm all about it, but I totally get... I, like, slip around a little bit.
Oh, my God, you're timed?
Oh, yeah, the time doesn't super matter. It's... They at one point, they're like, oh, if you do it in under 60 minutes... then you get a color version, and it's like these routinely take like 5 minutes. So,
right.
But yeah, so like while we've been doing these, I've been doing like little interviewee style like podcast episodes with everybody.
Right.
And it's been a nice opportunity to kind of like look back on everything, really, including like the legendary Let's Play and how all of that kind of went down and all of that. And so it's interesting because the last episode we did was with Jeff,
nice.
Which was he only really got involved in a lot of the more like recent stuff. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. The longer ones are a little harder to keep track of there. But so Jeff had only been around for some of the later ones. But you were around for, like, right near the beginning, I think, of the Legendary. Like, I think Battle Quest might have been the first one that you were in.
Well, so I remember the whole reason... Like, you started the D-pad while I was out in Hawaii for the longest time. Yep. And I got into it because I was watching your Let's Plays for the original Legend of Zelda and also Zelda 2.
Me, John, CJ, and Dustin. Dustin and Ian.
Yeah, and I remember I missed... Link to the Past.
Yep.
But like that was solid gold with that whole like Ian goof.
Yes.
Where he beat the game.
That was great.
Like,
I love that. That was so good.
And then like I came back and I think one of the first things we did was Battle Quest.
Yeah.
And then like I think I was there for Zelda 64. God. And I remember like that was crazy back when I could just do a Sunday night.
Yeah,
and
and
now it's like if I even thought about doing that, I'd probably kill myself on the way home.
Oh my God!
It was like,
there were definitely some like late nights and ones where we were like, yeah, that was a little bit of a scary drive home. Like,
when we had the studio and we used to do that stuff. Like I thought that was cool for the longest time. Like it felt
it was so torturously hot in there, but
it felt like professional because like this is the space we used to do this. Not that there's anything wrong with what you're doing now.
No, but I agree though. Is like I do miss having like a real like this is a pretty dedicated space, all things considered. Like it's separated from the main apartment in a way where it's like no one's really living in here. We have a side room, but that's it.
Right.
But like it's nice to have like a professional recording studio space, and I do kind of miss that. And one of these, it's something that I'm interested in as like Sarah and I are like vaguely thinking like not in the near future, but eventually we want to get like a house. And
absolutely,
like, it'd be nice to have a finished basement we can use as a studio.
Giant pain in the ass, though. Gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Homeowner for about 2 years now, and every day something breaks or something looks wrong.
Yeah.
I just painted a ceiling, and God help me, that was a nightmare.
Oh no.
It terrifies me how fast you can do this. And the fact you can look at me while doing this. Like
I haven't actually looked at the screen in 5 minutes. I've been staring Dustin directly in the eyes. No, it's some of this comes with just you do enough of these puzzles and some of it becomes automatic. But there's points where I'm like 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right, we're good. Like that, for example, I had to sit there and count to 7 while trying not to sit here and go, oh yeah, Dustin, so what about...
Yeah, no, it's...
out the thing where...
like, does it... I'm not trying to derail the conversation, but I just need to understand this. This is my, like, mode. Like, does it tell you when you goofed?
It tells you if you fill in a square that's wrong, and there's no apparent easy way for me to turn that off.
Okay.
Because I would turn it off otherwise, because there are... Sarah and I have both been playing a Picross Luna from the App Store recently, which was like, oh, we were talking about Picross, and she was like, oh, I like Picross. I'm going to go check out and see if there's like a good Picross game, and she found one. It's fine, but here's the thing. These a correct Picross puzzle is meant to be deterministic. There is one answer, no ambiguity, and you should always be able to figure out the next step without guessing. That app does not do that very well, so there are points where you're just kind of like, huh.
How many times have you had to explain this to like your guests? Because like
not too much. I mean, you're guest number 3 on this, and
no
one of them was Sarah. So
okay.
I think we joked actually, and the one with Sarah was like, we're gonna have to re-explain Picross in every video, aren't we?
Yeah, well there you go.
Like that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna people are just gonna have to get used to about 2 minutes of explanation of Picross in every video.
But anyway, that's wild.
Yeah.
So like I remember like one of the first ones I did was that. What was it? Nintendo Land?
Nintendo Land, yeah. Battle Quest. Yeah. The Legend of Zelda Battle Quest for Nintendo Land, which was the most annoying thing to try to figure out how to title that video.
Right.
With all those colons in there.
And it's like, what was I saying? I just remember we were like, it was a long night. It was getting kind of crazy, and like there were moments.
There was a picture at the end of it. It's one of my favorite pictures that we've ever had.
Yeah, and I just remember I was acting actively against you.
Yes.
It's like, no, don't attack the bomb.
Well, it didn't help either that like first, I still don't know why, but there was something wrong with the sensor bar, and it could not detect where the fucking things are pointed. At all. Like, it was all over the place.
That was some interesting experiences.
It was such a weird... We couldn't figure out how to fit. We just, after a while... I think you, at one point, were actively pointing it like 90 degrees and bouncing the infrared off of something else.
that absolutely happened.
It was like, what is
It was like a
even
CD
happening?
case or something. It was like, this is the only way.
It was such a mess. It was a great night, though. Like, that was one of my favorite just recording sessions, just for how ridiculous that was.
I missed that space a lot because, like, I tried doing that, like, pirate radio thing.
Yeah.
I tried listening to that the other day.
I still have that.
I turned it off. It was like, I hate myself so much. But I've been lying and saying I did a radio show in the 11:30 to midnight, window in Boston for the longest time. So it's almost true now if you say a lie enough times.
Hey, technically speaking, it was true. I mean, I wouldn't even say it was necessarily a lie, to be honest. Like, that's an accurate statement. You did have it wasn't a long-running radio show.
No, it was
but
I think I did. The thing was, I kept setting them up, like the playlist, because it was just the playlist and me making up whatever hove through my friggin' brain.
You were doing like classic, like old school radio DJ.
A little bit of both. Like I was doing, some of it was like Nintendo MIDIs, which was terrible, and then others were.
That might be food.
Wow.
I guarantee someone else will grab that.
I hope so, because I'm not getting up. But yeah, and then I'd do like some relatively recent stuff. Like I think I put the pillows on there. Ana Monoguchi, which took me forever to learn how to say. Oh, man,
yeah.
I like the day I goosed that on that thing, and Chris walked in. It's like, yeah, how do you say that again? I was like, oh.
Fuck you.
I was like, oh, that sucks. I mean, CJ. Sorry, I don't want to confuse the listeners.
Man.
Yeah, I do miss a lot of that old stuff, and it's a bummer. Like the last couple of years. Like, you always assume you're going to have more time. Like, I have weekends off. Like, I should be up here every Sunday, but it's like...
It's weird,
especially
though.
With the house and, like, all this... And the fucking pandemic, pardon my language. Like, that whole situation.
I don't think anyone's going to fault you for saying the fucking pandemic.
Yeah, but, yeah, so it's just like, it's tough, and it's like, I want to be involved. I want to do stuff, and it's like, it's amazing
tricky,
how fast the weeks fly by. It's amazing,
yeah,
like, how, like, your plans fall through.
Right? Like, not to get kind of, like, you know... midlifey with it, but there's definitely been moments where I've just like been, holy shit, it's August already? Like it was April and I had plans. What happened to everything?
Right.
And it's not even necessarily like the pandemic that is the reason for that. It's just kind of life. Just kind of there's times where I get kind of bummed out about like projects that I really wanted to try putting together, or like, oh, it'd be really cool to reach out to this person and do it, and I'm like, that was 3 years ago. That just flew right by. Where the fuck did that time go? Like,
yeah, when it's like, well,
what we're saying is, you know, hold on to your heart and do things while you got them.
No, mine is live hard, burn out young.
There we go.
You got nothing to lose.
It's one of the weirdest things that I'm kind of keeping an eye out for is YouTubing as a thing is in the ballpark is now in its teen years, essentially, like 10, 13, 15-ish years of YouTube as a thing, or like video content creation as a thing. And it's like, what's happening to these people as they're turning 40 and 50, like in their lives? Like what's happening with them now? Like not in a gossip way, but like, what are they up to? Like, are they okay? Kind of thing.
Well, it's funny you say that, because like one of the other reasons, like, I always had my reservations about coming up lately. It's like, doing it's like, hey there, YouTube, it's me, Dustin. I'm talking up pitch so it sounds like I'm young and edgy, but really I've gained about 100 pounds. My beard's all gray, and I'm fat and unhappy. Yeah, like it doesn't jive.
The only thing that makes me feel a little bit more like, okay, you know what? It's fine. That's an okay thing. Is like, all right, you know what? There's just as many like YouTube podcasts and shows of like maybe. Joe Rogan's a bad example, but he's a dude who's a lot further along than we are, and he's still doing shit. And you've got like comedians who have like their podcasts, and they're in their 40s and 50s also. And it's like, all right, I'm not 1 foot in the grave. It's not like this. Maybe the content changes, but it's not like doing this is necessarily like a bad thing or something, you know.
So the flip to it, and I wasn't really going to bring him up because that's not my jam, but I'm almost certain I read somewhere that Danny from Game Grumps turned friggin' 40 this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, he looks better at 40 than I ever did.
He looks fucking phenomenal for his age. And, like, for his age is such an, like, sounds like you're calling somebody old. He's not. He's 40. But yeah, no, like, it was surprising to realize, a couple years back, I realized, like, oh, he's, like, straight up 10 years older than Aaron. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. Didn't know that. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it's like, so it's like, I get that vibe, but at the same time, like, since we're talking about other groups, the one thing I liked about these Let's Plays, and all of them really, not just the legendary ones, to segue really hard out of that conversation.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Was like when you guys would beat like some of the more well-established ones to the punch, and you didn't get half the views. Like
Game Grumps did what Sonic Heroes, like literally like maybe a week I think after we finished ours. Suddenly they had one. It was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, and it looked like AVGN with and he did the DOS Mega Man game.
Yeah, it was like
long after you
like,
did.
You son of a bitch!
It's just like I always feel bad. Is that who the hell is that?
That I think is oh shit, what's her name?
Kari,
your girlfriend at the start of the game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, why am I forgetting her name? This is embarrassing.
Won't say it? No.
It will say it. Ilya, damn it.
Wait, which game?
Oh, Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. Only Twilight Princess. I keep thinking, like, the first one you were working on, I assumed it was, like, a sprite of Link from the first game ever.
Oh, I see, yeah.
This was the green-haired girl.
They do get more intricate as you go, but...
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, like, oh, my God, I lost... Oh, yeah, it's... Honestly, like, there's a very little part of me that totally does get jealous about, like, God damn it, we did this and it didn't get any attention. All right, fine. But there's also, like, honestly, I do love that this stuff gets seen.
Yep.
Like,
not for nothing. Like, I've always been appreciative, especially my content, because I'm a friggin' narcissist. Like, all the, like, comments and stuff, even the ones where, like...
I don't even necessarily mean, like, our stuff getting seen, which obviously I do. It's a pretty critical part of doing this kind of thing. But, like, also just, all right, the Mega Man DOS games are being seen more. Like, there are, like, more eyeballs. And honestly, people kind of underestimate... If a popular YouTuber covers a subject, there's more eyes on the subject, and that can lead to more. That's how the Michael Jackson video blew up. Was suddenly everyone was talking about Sonic Mania and the Sonic music, and that trailed into people suddenly stumbling on that, and it just blew up out of nowhere.
It still pops up on my recommended videos, even though I've watched it like 15 times.
It's wild that I got to keep an eye on it because like at this point it's like, well, every once in a while it's going to hit a milestone, so I may as well just be aware of that and be ready for it when it happens.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's like if you told me like when I first came back, like you guys were awesome back then too, but like that we'd be doing this and you'd still be at it. Friggin' what was it, 8 years?
This is now 7 years. 7 years after the first Zelda game, and the whole channel is 9.5 years old now.
I remember watching Zelda when I was in Hawaii, and I was in there I think 11 and 12.
Oh, like 11
I came
and 12?
Back in 13.
We didn't do Zelda until 2013. August 23rd, 2013 was our first, was like the birth date of the legendary Let's. I promise you.
That can't be possible. I really don't believe that.
It's the Mandela effect in motion right now.
Don't get me started on that, man. Like the longer we've been in isolation, like
oh yeah, it's like how much of life was real before this?
It's like I was listening to a song the other day. What was it? Let's Miserable. I'm sure you remember the music video. But like I could have sworn the line was like the pre-chorus was like, I miss the things that we used to do. I'm not afraid of being abused. I assume that's what it was. That sounds great. And it's like, I'm not afraid of what we or something like that. And I was like, that's not the lyric.
Like, wait a minute.
It's been 20 years. I remember this fucking.
I know this lyric. God damn it! Don't lie to me.
So like now you're telling me I refuse. I'm gonna look that up.
Do it. Yeah.
The first friggin' thing. Not right now, obviously, because I don't want to be wrong on mic.
It can't have. It's not allowed. We can't do that. But yeah, no. It was August of 2013 was the first one of these.
Yeah, that's just. Oh,
and it's weird to think about how much time has passed. And it's weird because it's been... So this one's kind of a weird one because we did 2013 to 2014, and then we didn't stop fully, but we really weren't like doing daily videos on it at all. But then we kind of brought it back 2 years ago. So it's not really like an unbroken stream exactly, but like it's been this continuous piece of... like my life, our lives as a whole for 7 years, and then it's just going to be over.
That's like a 30-year life's been spent on the YouTube channel.
It's so weird to think about. I thought about that too. It's like, wow, when the channel turns 10, it'll be just about a third of my entire life so far.
And all of you have been listening to us for the last 7 to 8 years.
It's so strange to think about, though. It's this really alien moment where that occurs to you, and you just... I don't know. It's easy to slip into weirder thoughts from there about like life and existential shit, and it's just kind of like, all right, I got to get out of there. I can't be, spending too long in that particular, rabbit hole. But
the D-pad, come for the game, stay for the crippling emotional dread.
Stay for the existential horror, the existential dread. I'm like, oh, good. But yeah, no, it's just kind of an odd little thing to think about. Sometimes we're like, wow, that has been a really large part of our lives, not just mine, but like all of ours to an extent. Like it's just been this constant, and it's weird to think that both that it can be a thing that isn't happening because it's been so present for so long, but also just like that it is about to end. Like it's gonna be over. Like we'll do more Zelda games as they come out. Like Breath of the Wild 2, yeah, we'll do that. Cadence of Hyrule, the Symphony of the Mask DLC, we'll do that too. But
it's never going to end.
It's never going to end.
You bet.
But this isn't going to be.
You made a Let's Play series based on one of Nintendo's cash cows.
Oh yeah.
They squirt one of these out every 2 or 3 years.
This will never be over in the sense that we will say we're done doing Zelda games permanently.
You're just putting this particular franchise to bed.
We would sooner be done with Pokemon before we'd be done with any of these other franchises, I think.
Oh my God. That's excellent.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. It's just such a strange thing to kind of grapple with. Just being like, oh yeah, this is something that at some point very soon will just kind of be over.
That's a chicken, right?
I think this looks like it's going to be a cuckoo. Or is it? I always kind of stumble.
Don't get me involved. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
It's such a pain in the ass too because it's like my brain looks at it and goes, oh, cuckoo, like a cuckoo bird or a cuckoo clock, but it's not cuckoo. It's cuckoo, or like I've heard people say cuckoo, and I'm like, cuckoo's wrong. That's just wrong.
Nice try there, buddy.
It's like no.
I saw what you did.
Yeah, like that's not the answer. Let's not go down that road. But yeah, like I don't know. I always kind of stumble on that one, but so I guess all right. We've gone on a number of topics here.
Yeah, tangents all over the place.
So. Out of the games that you were involved with for the Legendary Let's Play, what would you say was your favorite?
Of the ones I was involved with, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna own it. Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, the original Wii U version. Yeah.
Yep. If I had been there for Link's Awakening or friggin' Link to the Past, I probably would have said those.
Have you played the Switch version?
I own it, but it's just like the
time.
Yeah, it's all the time. But like, I loved Hyrule Warriors. I've always been a big fan of like the Dynasty.
Yeah,
the Dynasty games, Dynasty Warriors. I think that's what it was called.
I gotta try the other. There's other spin-off titles they've done now. They've done, I think, 2 of them now.
Yeah, Samurai. There's
a Dragon Quest one, I believe,
and a Gundam one. If you want a good
Is there a
time.
Gundam one? I know there's a Persona one that's either out or happening soon. Yeah,
well, that's interesting.
Which I was like, all right, that's kind of. It's Persona 5 Scramble, I think, is the name of it. I may be wrong, but I think it's called Scramble.
I don't I just remember like the when we started recording that.
Yeah.
It was like I came up on like a Friday. It might have been a Saturday. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna record and it's gonna be fine. It's like it's supposed to snow later, no big deal.
I was about to ask, was this when that happened? Yeah.
And then like Doomsday happened. It was the snowpocalypse.
Oh
and, like,
my God.
When the mayor of the city there was like, yeah, we're not putting any effort into plowing.
Yeah,
this is
good
done.
fucking luck, people.
So like I was getting phone calls on Sunday and Monday, like, "Are you coming back to work anytime soon?" It's like, I tried leaving.
Drive a plow here, and I'll ride back with you. That's how I'll come to work.
I just remember it was like, and you're like, "Do you just want to keep recording this?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, may as well. Right?
You left me my devices, and I think it was like at one point I was like in the corner of a map. I don't think it made it into an episode.
Yeah.
Where I was like 2,000 or 3,000 enemies deep with Tingle. You're just
yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
It's like, oh, Dustin, are you okay, buddy? What's going on here?
So like, there's a lot of fond memories there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in between too, like driving sideways down Route 4 with a plow behind me, and like,
oh god.
Yeah, I was like my freaking.
That's the worst, is driving anywhere near one of those fucking things.
Well, that's like, and it's like one of my biggest gripes will always be there's no right way to drive into this city. Yep. Like driving here is one of the many hurdles to me, like coming to do a video, because it's just a friggin' nightmare. Yep. Let's ignore the 10-something tolls I have to pay each way.
Yeah.
It's just like there's just a bunch of lunatics. But today wasn't bad because the pandemic has everyone staying home.
Yeah, people still aren't really out and about, which is good. I mean, that's the idea generally. So,
but I mean, so yeah, no, I loved that game. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones we did that I was a part of.
I was gonna say it was like name a Zelda game.
Well,
we did them all.
The Tingle like accessory pack, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Too much Tingle pack.
And I was like,
that was fucking hilarious.
I think that was one of the last times I was up here.
I think it was the last time you were here, yeah.
And it's like, I always enjoy those, and like, that was the other thing. It's like when I came to you with, "Hey man, I got this idea for video where I'm just gonna be sad."
Yeah.
Can I just do that? And you're like, "Yeah, let's do it." And like the first one was really well done, and then I think by 3 or 4, they're like, "Yeah, I think we're done with this." Like the fans are like, "You know what? This kind of blows." Like I did Willow.
People actually seem to generally be kind of cool with it though. Like
yeah, well, like I did Willow, and there was like one comment was like, "This guy sucks." I was like, "Yeah, I do." And like I'm like internalizing it to decide whether or not I want to do another one. But I like. I
think it'd be great. I always love those myself, but I mean, I'm biased, I guess, but I don't know. Or maybe I just don't see it from the same point of view as folks tuning in, I guess.
Right. But my favorite series though was had to be just I think it was Zelda 2, just because of the frustration.
Link, yeah.
Just the absolute frustration that was like watching you guys slog through this. Man. I vaguely remember, I think CJ was involved in a couple episodes. And I was like, I remember
the entire back half of it was just me and CJ, because John had a concert, I think. He was going to like, it wasn't 9 Inch Nails. It was, I forget what the actual band was, but he had a concert to go to, I think.
Yeah, back when you could beat a game in 2 days.
And then like a flight after that or something, yeah.
But I just remember like CJ was like, oh, so stupid. It was like a throwaway gag where he was pretending to be the Swedish chef as Link.
Oh, yeah.
And I just remember finding that so stinking funny, and like that kept me going for some time.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I swear to God, that absolutely started before I came back. It had to have.
I remember...
Because that was also when you were doing the
it was simultaneous.
Radio.
It was simultaneous. We were doing the radio thing, but it was also... We started doing Zelda, I think, right at the same time. So the overlap between Zelda and us ending the radio show was a period of only 8 months.
It's crazy.
And you were doing radio at the same time as we did radio in that studio. So that would have been...
Right, but I'm that's going to bother me so much. Like, as soon as we're done
that's
here, I'm
some real ass
up.
Mandela effect in action
I'm
That's...
I'm telling you, man. It's like song lyrics, movie titles, that Sinbad project that didn't exist.
Oh, yeah. Which then they made a... The worst part is, as soon as they acknowledged it and made like an SNL sketch about it, then people were like, "See, here's screenshots of it." And it's like, you
can't win.
Stop.
You cannot win. You have to finish this one though.
I know.
I need to know what the hell this thing is.
It's bothering me because I'm struggling to find a good hook to jump in with on this. Like it's here's a little thing right here that'll actually help a lot.
That one axle change.
You'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised.
But
I need one more piece and I can actually start blowing this thing up.
But yeah, it's just like watching that whole thing just go nuts. But then you had I've been using like a lot. I don't talk to people anymore, so my speech is trash.
It gets trickier.
But, what it came down to was you started with Legendary. I was like, oh, this is a really cool idea. And then there was the Mega Man, the Sonic, the friggin' Kirby.
I can at least half blame John for the Sonic one.
Okay.
Everything else was pretty much my idea.
Have you done a Mario one yet?
We're not going to do Mario. Well, so I guess this is enough of a peek behind the curtain, but yeah, right. So we joked about it in Link's Awakening DX way back, And I was like, there's no way that we're ever going to do a Mario one because there's just so many games. And I think John was like, no, there aren't. And I went, here's a list of them. And I put on the screen, and it was like 160 games.
Oh, my God.
That would qualify in the way that we have done other series.
Including the nigh unplayable ones like Mario's Missing.
Yeah, exactly. I've still never beaten Mario, or Mario was Missing. I remember having the kid and not understanding how it worked at all. As an adult, I probably wouldn't be much better. Mario's Time Machine I had as a kid, and that one pissed me off because you have to you essentially have to play the game perfectly with absolute perfection as fast as is possible, or else you can't actually beat the game.
Really?
Because there's a final level that only unlocks if you do everything correctly on your first try and you do it quickly. And then you go to like dinosaur times. And you fight, and you go up against Bowser there.
That's insane.
Which I never knew as a kid. I just got bad endings where it's like, oh yeah, you didn't find what you were looking for. And it's like, oh, okay, all right. Whoop.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have made an error here somewhere.
How do you know?
Because it just told me I did that wrong, and this should be a 2. Otherwise, intriguing.
Yeah, that's the word.
Oh, nope. I see exactly what I did. I slipped and took that one out. That's fine. Actually, I'm going to pull that out because I shouldn't even know that yet. So, oh my God.
This is friggin' surreal. It's blowing my mind.
Know,
I started hating it, and I still do. But rightfully so. But
just kind of like absorb into it after a while, and it's like, huh.
I would never be able to do this in a million years. Like, it's just my brain doesn't work like this.
You'd be surprised.
Well,
You'd be surprised.
That goes back to like the Mario stuff. It's like you're used to slaughtering turtles and Goombas, and now, what year did Columbus sail?
Yeah,
what?
I'm just like, wait, huh?
Like,
why do you want to know? Why is that a thing that you want to know?
Bowser did something on that. Are we gonna fight? Nope.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. Like, one of my friends had that game, and we just were awful at it.
I have no idea.
Like, case in point. Back to Zelda, thankfully. One of my friends saw me playing Link to the Past for the longest time, and he's like, I'm going to get my own copy. So he bought it on eBay, and he's sure as shooting, it was the French version.
No.
And he just powered through it.
Oh, no.
Like, with no dialogue in the game.
Finish this game if it fucking kills me.
Like, and I thought there was, like, stuff involved, so that couldn't happen. But clearly.
No. There are, it would have probably been... actually, I guess I don't know if PAL. I think PAL games will work on a regular on a US Super Nintendo. So that's probably what it was. It was probably a European version with like multi-language, and it might have just been the one sold in France, or it might have been one that was preset to a French language.
Oh, okay.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
so
wild.
I wish I had thought of that, because that would have been fun to bring that in and just
holy shit! It'd be like, oh no,
just to do that one.
It's funny. There was a point where before we kind of brought this stuff back, where I was looking at like, it'd be kind of cool to do like a Zelda fan game at some point, and I found I came across this one fairly prominent fan game, but the base version of it's in French, and I was like, I mean, I do know enough French that I could probably get a little by with it. I never wound up trying, and I kind of am bummed out that I didn't, but it was just like, how much pain would it actually be to try to go through?
What kind of fan game? What like system was it based on?
It was based on A Link to the Past, I believe.
Yeah, you got a fighting chance of it not being unbeatable.
I don't know. That was the thing that was just kind of like,
I wouldn't try like an N64 like.
Oh boy, yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you probably told me something important.
Yeah, it's like I have no idea where I'm going now. That's cool, and you're never going to give me hints. And the game, I'm just going to wander this map until I accidentally find the thing I need.
Speaking of accidentally finding the thing you need, I am amazed at how long this is taking.
Yeah,
I'm genuinely concerned with whatever that's going to be.
I think it's the Scarecrow.
Oh, right. There was a Scarecrow in that game.
There was.
Oh, he was cool.
Oh, whoops. I misread the 2 over there.
Oh, so they punish you with time?
Yeah, they punish you by adding time to the clock. I think the idea is because they're like, oh, if you do it in less than an hour, then you get the colored picture. So if you make a shitload of mistakes... Oh, it's not the Scarecrow. Wow. It looked like the Scarecrow hat for a minute.
Oh, what the hell is that thing?
Gale Boomerang. It's the actual item. But the thing I was going to get at real quick, and I won't start another puzzle because I think it'll take forever at this point, but
right.
To look behind the curtain, there was a point where John and I were considering, all right, what if we did do a Mario Let's Play, but the idea was we broke it into segments, essentially. Not consecutive, but we go, all right, we're going to do the Mario Kart Let's Play, and it's just us playing through Mario Kart games, and that's it, and when it's done, it's gone. And then a year or two later, we go, all right, it's time for the Super Mario Let's Play Land, and it's Mario Land 1 and 2, Wario Land 1, 2, 3, 4, and do like little kind of clusters like that. And it's still something I'd like to try, but, that was literally 6 years ago when we even had that thought, and it hasn't ever come close to being a thing.
And you look back and go, those fools.
Yeah. But I think that's any last thoughts as we wrap this one up.
Well, I'm glad we was involved in this. I'm glad you finally putting this one to bed. We've still got 7 other long plays we need to put out to pasture.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to those ones and my thoughts on that, specifically Mega Man. But
we've been playing some interesting stuff there.
I'm really happy to see where it's come. Really happy for you. I don't want to ramble on because, again, this is my first time in public in a long time, so I'm just out of my gourd depth.
dude.
So thanks for everyone for being here for it. Thanks for your support. Always appreciated. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe on our PayPal, and take it easy, kids.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Check it out. You got the with the and the with the.
Oh God, we're back for more. We're back for more Twilight Princess. I'm Rick, and with me today
Guess who?
is that person.
Guess who it is, everybody?
It's that person. You know who that person is. At least somebody knows who that person is, and right now they're going, "Oh, it's that person." You're right.